Peace to the tribe. Welcome to today's show, for we are discussing astrology today, true sidereal astrology. So let's get into it. Go ahead and pull up today's chart. But how's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? Go ahead, let me know. Rap with your boy. Get your boy. So pull up this chart. Make it simple, clear, and easy. And this is not gonna be no long drawn out video. I honestly don't have time, but I want to make this episode. I want to make this live. So I was just like, fuck it. I'm gonna just do it and create the time. Just throw together a quick thumbnail. So the aspect that we are focusing on, and you saw in the title, is the Mars conjunct Uranus. You know what I'm saying? We might talk about that aspect of the how it's hitting the moon. You know what I'm saying? We might even talk about some Uranus aspects that's been going on. But for this energy, I want to explain Mars and Uranus to you before I just get talking about the conjunction and just understanding aspects a little bit. Because on this channel, we really haven't gotten to talk about astrology much in the beginnings and the things you should know before astrology. But even for the tarot readers, a lot of people don't understand that the tarot is connected through the astrology, and you need to understand astrology a little bit heavier than the tarot, because you need to understand the interacting of the energies of the planets, just the deacons, where the cards hold over. So let's pull it up. So let's talk about Mars first, right? And the best representation of Mars that we can get at is the Tower card, right? Now I'm showing this card and this image to you so you can think about the energies that deal with it, so you can understand the concepts, right? You see a lot of red, you see a tower. When we think about a tower or any large anything, so first let's think about Mars. Mars, literally the symbol of Mars is a circle and an arrow. But what if I told you Mars is a representation of the phallus, right? A phallus. And a phallus is a male penis, right? So the male penis and what the phallus has to do. So let's go to a little clear explanation and bring some things up in front of you that the Thoth Tarot Tarot card comes over. Because the reason why I'm showing this card is because I was doing a reading for myself. Like I was doing my daily tarot pull, and I pulled the tarot card, and I was using my spiritual deck. And if you're keeping up with the show, I'll show you later what that deck can do. The reading is for. I have multiple decks, but that's just one of the decks that I use for readings, and I like it. It's one of the first tarot decks that I bought that wasn't along with, what's the word, along with the Thoth Tarot or Rider Rate. I wanted something different so I can really go out my way to understand symbolism, understand what the cards are trying to tell me. Sipping some tea. Coworker got me some tea. Jasmine oolong. It's pretty cool. I've got no honey in it. Sometimes we gotta drink our tea's bitters and not trip how the flavor is, because that flavor shit is really just be tricking you. So depending on how long this take, might make this a part one, part two type video. So I'm trying to hurry and get through it, but I like to talk. I'm a ranter. Just can't help it. So the Tower card and on the Tree of Life, how it aspects. The Tower card is literally highlighted and is between Had and Neshet, right? But the Tower card really interacts with Gebra, Mars. So let's go into some more. So the Hebrew letter that's associated with the tarot card is pay, means mouth. And right, so let me show you the Hebrew letter on the card so you can see it. And it's at the bottom right here. That's the Hebrew symbol. Pay means mouth. And the Hebrew symbol, the astrological sign, and then the card's meaning is going to give you understanding. Because how will we understand astrology is meaning plus meaning plus meaning, right? So for you to get to roll, it's meaning of the image, meaning of the symbol, aka the number, and the astrological sign, and that's how you kind of get your meaning of the card, along of aspects of the true life that the card is like on. But that is like what's going to get you. So now a website you can go to that I'm on to help you understand the Thoth Tarot deck is esotericmeanings.com. If you want to be a tarot reader or just understand tarot better, I suggest that you go to this website and take notes. So, as I'll show you right now, the Roman god of the underworld, associated with Hades at the bottom card, breathing fire. He is represented by a mouth, but is seen in the full image below. Mars is a warrior planet, and this card is in full attack mode to destroy the tower. In ancient Roman religion and myth, Mars was the god of war. So another way to think about Mars is related through our sexual energy, and how Mars is, aspected in our life is through our engagement, right? It's how we engage in life, the actions we take, and then we have to think about the obstacles that's stopping us from engaging in the action of our lives, because Mars is a personal planet, right? And personal planets in astrology are the sun, the moon, Mercury, Venus. And personal planets help us understand how we feel, what we think, our need for love and affection, how we handle our anger and aggression. It just explains that. So for you to get your Mars, you need to understand your actions and anything that represents the mental that we put into the action. You need to understand that. And right now, even on the chart, it showed that the Mars was aspecting the moon, right? Even though the moon's kind of Libra, still like the moon's still in Libra, but it's going away to Virgo right here. And there's the aspect Mars opposed the moon. And if anyone has this aspect or aspect in their chart, in their natal chart, I need you to understand that a Mars opposed moon is really going to cause a lot of more inner tension within yourself, right? Because Mars represents a spiritual warfare that resides within us, right? And that constant tension in us is what we're supposed to direct to get the action in our lives that we want. But if we don't understand how to deal with this tension, we might be doing things of masturbation or things that cause us to not move right, because Mars is in control of our sexual energy. So Mars rules Aries and it rules Scorpio. And to think about dualistic aspects, right? And what I mean by dualistic aspects, I'm talking about as so above, as so below, the opposite, right? So Aries represents the hot energy within Mars, while Scorpio represents the cold energy, the feminine and the masculine. Those what those two aspects represent within Mars. So I'm telling you this stuff and these things about Mars so you can get it and you understand what Mars does in your chart and how Mars interacts. Because Mars in the 12th house is a spiritual warrior. You know what I'm saying? A Mars in the 10th house is a executive leader, a general, a person who's calling the plays, right? So if you got a Mars in the 10th house, just know you're going to be in a position of power soon within your workforce, because the 10th house represents our public image and more. And I like to jump around sometimes, so keep up. Please take notes. I'm sorry when I'm talking, I be spitting, I be going. You know what I'm saying? It's talking about y'all can still see the screen. It's talking about y'all. I lost share, but I can still see it. So I don't know what it's talking about. But anyway, now let me pull this up so you can see the houses and stuff because this is important. All right. So in a short term expression, these are the houses of astrology. Right? The first house, I am, appearance, outward personality. Second house, money, possession, value, skill. So I need you to understand that right now, Mars and Uranus is packing up the second house, dealing with our money, possession, skill. So a word prompt to deal with this is I have personal resources, right? So now let's scroll down a little more and really get into it. Now, Mars is, I mean, Taurus rules the second house. So Mars being in this place is kind of debilitated. You know what I'm saying? You got a fire and earth sign. So but self reliance, affluence, resources, finances, wealth, talents, self worth, possession, material, value, essentials, and pleasures. That's what Taurus holds over in the second house. Then if we more deeper one, come on, I got charts for days. I got charts for days. So money, work, income, daily routines, values, material possessions, priority, habits, your job, and work ethic. So I need you to take advantage of this energy in the second house because you can get your money right, boy. Like no cap. Like this is the action. Like you gonna be like, damn, where's the money? Well, you got a Mars in the second house, so you're gonna be thinking about getting after that money. You're gonna be hitting up your manager like, hey, bro, like put me down for this, put me down for this, or you gonna go to, or you gonna be in your head like, I'm finna get this bread, I'm finna get this cheddar, and I'm finna get this act right. So now, since I told you about Mars a little bit, just the aspects, let's talk about Uranus. You know what I'm saying? Because Uranus is really going to help us just get clarification. And like I said, I pulled a tarot card and showed you that card because that's literally I pulled that card for reading the day of, like, this yesterday morning, and then my girl did a reading too, and then we pulled the same card for the lunar um node. So I'm saying, like, so we pulled Libra and the moon's in Libra, and we pulled the adjustment card, which literally speaks to Libra. So like we was like, whoa, like babe. So like, oh, and also let me give you some keywords that speaks to Mars energy, right? And how long Mars stays in for a sign. So just know that Mars stays inside a sign for up to 23 days to 2 months. So it's gonna be moving, right? Now, just know Mars deals with active action, athletic pursuits. You know what I'm saying? Your aggressive energy. So a positive way to look at Mars, and what I mean by these positives and negatives, I'm talking about aspects with our light and dark, with our two sides, because we are our archetypal beings. However, I said that. I went to public school, so don't judge how the way I'm talking. You should be focused on your studies and shit, not how I'm talking. And you probably like, but you up here talking about information and you studying and stuff. Look, bro, I don't even know who be up here presenting to y'all. Like y'all might think it's Alex. I don't think it's Alex. I think it's me, but it's really not me. It's higher me. But anyway, so constructiveness, courage, enterprise, enthusiasm, gallantry. Negative, combativeness, friction, temper, destructiveness, passion, lustfulness, impulsiveness, audacity, courageousness, egotism. So think about that. Think about that. And now let me show you Uranus energy. Let me show you some Uranus energy. So you just like get the card, get the energy. Because I'm trying to go over tarot cards too. So you just get the energy of the card. So when we talk about certain planets, you just know, oh, like, oh, we talk about this, we went over that. Or, oh, yeah, I remember it. Because it's like, The more studying you do, the more note taking, the further your advancement in your questions are going to come. Right? Like if you actually like doing the work and studying, like right now, so second house personal resources, like this is the time for you to like really be on it. Like because like let's get into Mars. I mean not Mars, Uranus. I'm trying to pull up the card for it, so give me a second. Like get off my line. Like so the card that was, and we talked about this, so please go check out our recent, and it's on my channel, our recent video. We got into the full card. It's been numerous times we got into the full card. Fulio, Julio, Fulio, Julio, Fulio, Julio, Fulio, Julio, Fulio, Julio, Fulio, Julio. Rest in peace. Ashe to you, King. So yeah, we talked about the Julio Fulio. Talked about his passing related to the full card. So let's keep going and talk about the full card because this is an aspect of Uranus, right? This is an aspect of Uranus. And when we think about Uranus, Uranus is a higher octave of Mercury. So think about Mercury being the planet of intellect, thought, you know what I'm saying, dealing with knowledge. And then like what we mean by octave, right? Octave is like a higher frequency, a higher energy. So let's pull up the word octave. You know what I'm saying? We love to go to etymology.com, etymology.com, etymology.com. So let's go to octave. And I know you like, you just look up the definition, but I like going to the root of the word and seeing the overlapping, the expanding of the word, and it'd be like off the muscle. This is the deep meaning. So octave, eighth day, eighth, right? Period of 8 days after a festival. 8 days after a festival, right? The festival's on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So let's get deeper. Not they got Piccolo. That's crazy. Piccolo, like, wow. Wow. So you telling me Piccolo was on a higher frequency than everybody on Dragon Ball Z? So small flute sounding an octave higher than an ordinary flute, right? I'll tell you a printer's word for sheet. So okay, so maybe I shouldn't have went to etymology, but y'all get what I was trying to do. Y'all don't fuck with me. Chat, what am I on? So series of 8 notes occupying the interval between intercalary 2 notes, once having twice or half the frequency of vibration of it. So when people say the higher octave, because there's other planets that deal with octaves or others, but we're not going to discuss because I don't want to bomb you with information. But the higher octave of Mercury is Pluto. I'm sorry, is Uranus. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. So you're going to get a lot of like higher thoughts. This is literally a spiritual planet. This is a transpersonal planet, right? And for the people who don't know what transpersonal planets are literally the planets that get you into, right? Like, because most of the time when we think of like all these planets, we just think of them as planets acting out certain energies, but they're acting out certain energies that go through us. So personal planets, transpersonal planets are Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. And these are other forms of higher octaves, right? They are called higher octaves of personal planets, meaning that in order to comprehend their lessons, we must go beyond ourselves. So when we think about Uranus, right, we're going beyond ourselves, right? And the Fool card, and let me show you this. The Fool and the Spiritual Path. The Fool represents the new initiate as they stand out from the singles of the 21 cards in the Minor Arcana. The Fool has not acted on the path before him yet and has not engaged in the spiritual process. So I want you to understand that why I'm showing you this card is because you need to activate your spiritual process in order for you to get your Uranus. Uranus is the great awakener. Uranus exposes you to your power. It exposes you to secrets that you are not aware of yourself. It connects you to your higher self. Even though Jupiter is talks about the planet of higher self and all that, we need to understand that Uranus is literally the liberator of that spiritualness within you. Like if you want to awaken something in you, look into Uranus. Look into Uranus. So, right. And the Fool card occupies on the turf wheel between Kether and Chokma. And I need you to understand, this is the supernal triangle. This is above the abyss. Being below the abyss, you really ain't doing shit. It's still power down here. But if it wasn't for this triangle beginning, we wouldn't have these other ones. Kether is representation of the divine spark, and then that spark shooting down like a lightning, going all the way down to Malkuth to the world, creating the physical world. And then what we're supposed to do is channel that energy of Malkuth and shoot it back up to Kether, shoot it back up to Uranus, because Uranus is connected to our pineal gland, our pituitary gland. It literally activates that spiritualness inside you. So now, if you really want to tap into Uranus or any of these other planets, you need to meditate. You need to meditate on these concepts and go within yourself, because as this is stating, silence is the closest thing that we have to God. So if you can make time, sit down within yourself and make time for God, you're on the way. The Hebrew letter that covers the Fool card is Aleph, breath. So this is literally a sign for you to breathe in, breathe out. You need to practice this over and over. And the reason why we're talking about, and this goes and coincides with Mars, because a lot of us has a lot of sexual energy that we're not filtrating and using right. A lot of us get all this sexual energy and we go fuck some. We go fuck some. So to all the youngins out there, get a hold of your sexual energy. Put your dick up. Put your dick up. And then if you got a wife or a spouse or a girlfriend, and you know this is your partner, your person, and you practicing sex with them, bro, learn how to practice returning your seed. You know, it's gonna be hard. Your ass gonna be slinging nuts, but more you train and do root locking and work on your root chakra to activate your sacral chakra and work on your sacral chakra, you're going to have more drive in your life. You're going to have more focus. And I'm not going to talk about no pituitary gland, none of that shit, because these people out here be talking about your third eye, your third eye, your third eye, and they ain't talk shit about you, about your root chakra at all. They want you to climb high when you don't even have a base to catch you. They just want you falling. So anyway, now Aleph means ox or oxplow, right? A beast on earth, therefore Fool connects to the higher spirit Kether with the lowest earth Malkuth. He contains with him, therefore, everything being born out of spirit and yet lacking the worldly experience in death. And then look how this letter is made. So representing the divine as soul above, as soul below. Like Aleph is like a good modification of that, as soul above, as soul below. Just let you know, when you're drinking tea and you don't like that bitterness, it's not you that don't like the bitterness. It's something else. It's something else. So now, since we're talking about Uranus, associated with the air equals the breath, the silence. The breath is silence. We see in this section of symbolism that air is represented many times in the Fool card. And shout out to Esoteric Meaning. Shout out to Thoth Tutorials. I'll be on bro YouTube. Bro, thank you. You made this process easier for me because of this website. So, bro, if you ever watch this video, if you ever see this, bro, let's make a video Let's talk about some tarot. Let's do some shit, boy. Like real talk, boy. So anyway, Carries is Uranus, discovery, breakthrough, innovation, lightning, insight, inventions, original, sudden awareness, genius, science, suddenness, freedom, rebel, unusual thrill seeker, everyday rarity, liberation, independence, novelty. So, and this is just breaking down the 4-2 card. Like, please get on this website and take notes because this is going to teach you about Hebrew and Kabbalah way easier. Like, they're even showing you how in the tree light how it can create God's name that gives us all these aspects of reality, that gives us the 4 worlds of Kabbalah. So I'm gonna go ahead and exit out of this because this other information is about to throw full to card, and I know y'all really worry about that. Y'all worry about the conjunction, as per se. So now let's talk about what's a conjunction and what aspects help, because I want you guys to understand astrology in the simplest way. I want you to get it in the simplest way. And understanding your chart is understanding how your planets are aspected, right? Because if you don't understand how the planets are aspected in your chart, you really won't understand what's really happening. You'll just see planets on a wheel and just be like, yeah, I think this is what it's talking about, right? So, and this is our main focus. We're focusing on Uranus conjunct Mars. So, even though we have Taurus here, we're just focused on this conjunction. I'm gonna talk about this later, maybe like for part 2 of this video, because uh, I got stuff to do. It's already been 27 minutes. It's already been a 30-minute video, so don't want to make it no longer. I'm trying to keep y'all intact, have y'all learn short information, give you burst of information so you can take notes and understand it quickly. Because if I was just to tell you everything and not give you like pieces of the picture, so there's multiple ways we can look at this conjunction. And let me explain conjunctions to you. So there's more than one aspect. I'm gonna pull it up on Evran, so it'll be easier for you guys to see and understand. So it's just not in your face. I mean, it's not just me just talking from this place of like, oh, I know this, I know that, or this is that. Like, I want you to show and understand where I'm getting this information from, and then you can just look this information up for yourself, so you get it. Because really, you guys might be thinking I'm teaching you, but you guys are teaching me. You guys are the master teachers. You guys are the 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 spark. You are the flame that the initiates talk about, because you guys are igniting us to do this for you, not the other way around. So try to go to the aspects. Where is it at? Uh, I'm pulling up this book so I can show you on thing. And it's not like a whole bunch of like words on here that's not. So a conjunction. Astrologers of the past considered that the planets were in conjunction if they merely occupied the same zodiac sign. All right. So what is these doing? When I had it on the screen, what was the planets doing? They was literally sitting on top of each other. Pause. The planets were sitting on top of each other. So you have Mars, aka the phallus, in Uranus. I mean, yeah. The phallus, the you see what I did. Anyway, so now conjunctions, right? And what they help us understand. And I'm sorry if you feel like I'm pausing or moving a little slow. I'm trying to like give this information to you without just reading it off the book or reading it without it, because there's multiple aspects to this, and I'm gonna make a video on it. It's like there's gonna be separate information that I'm talking about that we need to get right, and like so look, so with this conjunction energy, right? We got we got crisis energy, like Uranus represents the crisis, right? And then you have Mars representing the energy. So a conjunction or two more planets are sitting next to each other. Conjunctions give excellent strength to energies of the interacting planets. So, and then what kind of aspect is a conjunction? Is it like a soft, hard? What y'all think it is? Because that's what's going to help you. And then which books that you can get to understand this, you can get How to Read Natal Charts Easily and Effectively by Kyrie Anthony, or you can get this other book, Astrology Explained by Kyrie Anthony, one of the most simplest and easy astrology books out there. I suggest you get them. They have helped me tremendously with the readings, understanding my chart, help understand a few of their chart. Yeah, I can type you the website for Kabbalah. Yeah, I got you. And I can send you some books on it. Uh, some good books on Kabbalah. If you have an Evran, I suggest you get an Evran account or a Scrib, and that's going to make it easier to understand. But a conjunction, right? It's a neutral aspect because it's a union and concentration of energies binding and fusing. So, in a way to like understand that, harmonic aspects are like trine and sextile, right? Contemplating or tuning or developing or you know creation of energy, while the dynamic is like contrast, tension, what I'm saying, dealing with like stress, slow constant action, like because you got to think about those planets of like Jupiter, Mars, like all these planets are helping us understand the energies within the conjunction that's giving us insight. So yeah, if you don't have Everend, there's some stuff you can get. Everend and Script is $9 a month. I'm just letting you know that 10 probably, but it's so worth it because half the books that you want to get, you know, you just literally just look up on Everend, and if they don't got it, Script is connected to Everend, and they will give you a document or PDF version of it. So just T buzzing. So make sure you check that out. So now that I explained conjunction energy and explain Uranus and Mars, let me go ahead and explain this conjunction now and the energy. So earlier I showed you the houses energy, like what this house means, what that house means. I'm gonna pull it back up. So remember, Uranus and Mars are in the second house. So money, work, income, daily routine, values, material possessions, priorities, habits, your job, and work ethic is going to be affected, right? So I need you to understand this conjunction energy is a fusion of energy. So it's about a lot of things to happen. It's not just one thing that's going to happen, right? So first, let's take it away from our personal lives and aspects, and let's think about what's going on, right? So Uranus represents and rules the sign Aquarius. Shout out to all my Aquarius out there. Aquarius is a rebellious sign. Aquarius deals with politics. It deals with the community. So it's going to be talking about all. all stuff community. Like if you know some Aquariuses, them niggas are going to be trying to change the world. They're going to try to tell you about all these activist stands. They're going to be like, the government is this and this and that. Like that's what Aries energy is on. So what incident just happened recently where niggas was like, bro, we own that. Fuck the government. We own that. We own that. This right here. This right here. Boom. This is of energy of Mars conjunct Uranus, right? Because what I just tell you that Uranus represents, it is the planet of war. So you got niggas shooting shots at Trump, allegedly fake or not. But we need something that you need to understand about spiritual warfare is that it's all Maya, glamour, and illusion. So if you can get through the Maya, glamour, and illusion within you and on the outside, because people are trying to deceive us and take control of our energy and use our energy for their betterment, seeing through things like this, having protection and more will help you. So let me show you a video you can watch. Shout out to the big bro. Shout out to Hood Mystic. He made this video. Um, he made it 4 years ago, nigga. 4 years ago. So go watch this right here. Chaos Magic, Psychic Self Defense, How to Change the World. You know what I'm saying? Go check it out. He literally gets into the books. Libra Chaos talks about tribal warfare. So get Libra Chaos by Peter J. Carl. He explains red magic. He explains energy magic of certain colors: red, blue, violet, indigo, purple, all that. Because most of the time we think pink and red deals with love, but it deals with an act of war. So I need you to understand that. And this video gets into how to defend yourself on that. So uh watch this video, get into it. This was 4 years ago, and literally within this energy today, we're talking about shit with Trump. So I suggest you get into that. Like real talk. Like so now we're back to the chart. So with the conjunction of energy, right? So not just political affairs is going to be happening. You also have, sudden changes in life, in your life, and with your job. So Uranus in the second house, right? So if you feel like this might be a time you might get a new job, you might be applying places, or this might be a time your job drop your ass off. Like it drop you off at the bus stop and saying, thanks for the ride, little nigga. Enjoy yours. So I need you to understand that, because if you have sudden changes in your life or around your home environment or your work, that's just going to let you know, because for you to understand what's going on in these houses or these energies, it's literally the house is telling you the energy. So let me go back to these house meetings so you can see. It deals with money, work, income, daily routines, values, material possession, priorities, habits, your job, and work ethic. So that's going to be affected. So with the conjunction energy of Mars and Uranus, this is also a time to like take some risks, like for real, because your money is going to be coming in through. So even though Mars is going to be a little bit debilitated here, depending on where it is in your chart, you can take advantage of it, right? It could probably be in the fourth house, so it might be changes around your home. You know what I'm saying? You and your mom might have some tension. You and your mom might take on a new lifestyle. You and your mom might get into spiritual practices. Business, seventh house, right? Let's say you and your partner might split up. You and your partner might get into a spiritual lifestyle. You might meet new friends. You might meet new business partners. You might get into your business might elevate by getting to certain contracts. You know what I'm saying? You got the 10th house where it will really, change your public image. You might bring a new a new aspect to the world or a new invention. You know what I'm saying? Like, also, some, you might have some entanglements with your father. I'm just having you understand this energy because it's going to be in multiple houses. So of course I'm going to do uh Uranus and Mars through the houses for everybody, but or Mars throughout the houses in Taurus and Uranus, because this energy is going to let you know. But with Mars being in the second house, just know money is on its way for you. Like, it's time for you to run up that dough. Time for you get in your bag. It's time for you run up that dough. Like what he said, young nigga, move that dough. Young nigga, move that dough. Move that dough, nigga, move that dough. So get into that, because that's going to help you understand the energy, and plus all the simple things that might happen. And also with this conjunction energy, you're going to be on like side quests. Like, so your side quests, your side jobs, just understanding the Mars energy and the conjunction. I just really want to talk about that because, the more I study astrology, the more I get into it, the more I'm understanding the why. And the why to get into astrology, it's not even to, like, let's say, like, I want to predict and bring these things to my lives. Sometimes it's really not about that. It's understanding the way we're being affected, understanding our mind, understanding our psychological experiences, understanding the different archetypes within us, because we change over time, and learning what phase we are in our lives, understanding what things that's being affected in our mind. Because some people, some reason you might be focused on new inventions and new technology, and it's probably happening in your home. You probably building that business inside your home. You probably building all these things, acquiring all these new things to build the assets for your life, and probably might not know why, or probably not know even how to go about it. And astrology helps that. Astrology helps us heal and create language to our soul. So just think about that. I really appreciate y'all joining in, watching the video. Thank you so much. If you really enjoyed this video, or it touched you in a way, or you love the information and support to the channel, um, if you really love the information and support me, you can go ahead, click the link below, and book yourself a reading, and talk to me, see what we can do. I do tarot readings, do astrology readings, wherever it's towards career, wherever it's towards your love life, wherever it's towards understanding phase of your life in, just all those things. You can do a tarot reading, you can do both. Just hit me up down below, and just get all my information. Go ahead, follow me on Instagram to keep up with my day to day. Let you know what videos are coming out, what things I'm doing. There's always a lot that I got going on. So I appreciate my life. I appreciate the astrology, because without the astrology, I wouldn't know what I should do for me specifically. Everyone tells you what you should do for you, but I mean, everyone should tell you what you should do, but no one wants to tell you what you specifically need to do. No one ever sits down with you and say, let's plan this. So the astrology helps you do that. It helps you sit down with your higher self and understand the path that you're supposed to go, following God. And following astrology is following God. You know what I'm saying? So following your God. But again, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really love when I make the time to record and just come up here and talk and show you guys what I've learned and help you guys understand certain information that's not talked about heavy, because astrology has been used for long times. It's been used to navigate, help us keep up with time itself, like tracking time within the world instead of creating time. So yeah, without astrology, we wouldn't have religion. Without astrology, just, and then to even say deeper, without language, we wouldn't have astrology. Without the word, we wouldn't have astrology. So again, thank you. Be safe. Comment below, like the video, share it, um, and let me know if you guys want what you want to check out more. And yeah, peace. Be safe.